Hello, children. So, I hope you enjoyed the poem Sleep My Treasure. So, let us once again go through the poem Sleep My Treasure. Yes, recite the poem. Very small, sweet poem. I hope you have learned the poem. Yes, children. Am I right? Have you learned the poem? Yes, children. You must learn the poem. Very beautiful, sweet poem. So, Sleep My Treasure. Come on, let us recite the poem. Sleep, sleep, my treasure, the long day's pleasure has tired the birds to their nests. They creep. Now, children, creep here means we can say, yeah, creep here means to move slowly and quietly. So, here the birds are moving slowly and quietly. Has tired the birds to their nest they creep. The garden still is alight with lilies, but all the daisies are fast asleep. The garden still is alight with lilies, lit up with lilies, but all the daisy, that is the flowers, are fast asleep. Next stanza, sleep, sleep, my darling, dawn wakes the starling. Okay, the sparrow stirs when he sees daybreak, but all the meadow is wrapped in shadow. All the meadow is wrapped. Wrapped means children covered in shadow. Okay, covered in shadow, and you must sleep till the daisies wake. So mother is saying that you must sleep till the daisies wake. Poem by E. Nesbit. Yes, children. So now let us go through the appreciation. Okay, here in the poem Sleep My Treasure, E. Nesbit has described pleasure of sleep. She beautifully describes the changes that take place in nature during the night. To beautify the poem, the poet has used rhyming words like creep, sleep, then treasure, pleasure, darling, starling, meadow, shadow, then day, break, wake, etc. The figures of speech in the poem are antitheses, personification, alliteration, and repetition. Yes, we will go through the figures of speech. Okay, stanza wise, line wise, we will go. I like this poem because the mother in the poem is trying to make her child sleep in a nice manner by singing lullaby. My favorite line in the poem is Sleep, sleep, my treasure. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A A B C C D. Yes, children. So this is all about the appreciation. Now we will go through the figures of speech. Okay. So before figure of speech, we will just see the rhyme scheme. Okay. Now see here. First stanza. See the first line, last word, treasure, pleasure. Okay, that's why it is A A. Next is creep. So creep, another word rhyming with creep is asleep. So we will give that creep and asleep BB. Okay, and the garden still is alight with lilies. So ease and lilies are rhyming. That's why CC. So the rhyme scheme is AA B CC B. Understood, children? A B C C B. Okay, come on. Now we will see the next stanza. Next stanza, see the first line, last word, darling, starling. Rhyming, that's why we have given AA. Come to next line, that is break. Another word rhyming with break is wake. So we have given BB. And for meadow and shadow, it is CC. So the rhyme scheme is AA, B, CC, B. Understood, children? Have you got this rhyme scheme? A A B C C B. Yes. So the whole poem, both stanzas are having the same rhyme scheme. That is A A B C C B. Okay. Now we will go through the figures of speech. Yes. Now we will come back to first stanza. Okay. Now let us see. Okay. So first line. Sleep, sleep, my treasure. Okay. So here, very easy to identify which figure of speech. It is repetition. The word sleep is repeated for poetic effect. Yes. Come to next. The long day's pleasure has tired the birds to their nest. They creep. Children, can you identify? Yes, it is inversion. Word order is changed for poetic effect. The correct word order is the long day's pleasure has tired the birds. They creep to their nest. Yes, so this is the figure of speech, that is inversion. Now come to next. The garden still is alight with lilies. Again, it is inversion. Word order is changed for poetic effect. The correct word order is the garden is still alight with lilies. Garden is still alight with lilies. Okay, children. Yes. So the correct word order is garden is still. So it is given. What is given in the in the poem? Garden still is. So it should be the garden is still alight with lilies. Understood? Okay. Now we will move to next stanza. Yes. Dawn wakes the starling. Dawn wakes the starling. So here it is personification. Dawn is personified. Dawn, okay, so dawn is personified and is given the human quality of waking. Yes. Next, the sparrow stirs when he sees daybreak. Alliteration, the sound of sir. Sparrow sir stirs, sir is repeated for poetic effect. Come to next line. Uh, and you must sleep till the daisies wake. Okay, very first one is very easy, figure of speech. Okay, identify. The exclamation is used to draw greater attention. Okay, that's one figure of speech. Next is antithesis. Why? Because two opposite words, sleep and wake, are used in the same sentence for poetic effect. Sleep and wake. And one more figure of speech is there, that is personification. Daisies, here it is a flower, are given the human quality of waking. Okay, daisies flower are given the human quality of waking. That's what is personification. So last line it is having three figures of speech, that is antithesis, exclamation and personification. Okay children, I hope you understood appreciation, figure of speech and rhyme scheme. The next video we will go through the pointers. Yes children. Okay.